Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Rumy the Realtor from Remax Community. Today's video is going to be about reasons why I think you should move to Durham. Don't mind the mess. I've been a real estate agent in the GTA since 2016. When I first came to Canada when I was 2 years old, actually, it was in 1994, and I lived in East York, and then I moved to Scarborough, and in 2019 is when I bought my first home, and in 2020 I moved to Durham. Now, over the years, quite a few people have moved into Durham region and have seen the growth rapidly increase in terms of population, opportunities, and even prices in this region. And living here now for 4 or 5 years, I can say that this is probably one of the best places to move into when you're considering the GTA. There's other regions outside of Toronto. I mean, it depends on your lifestyle. Okay. Now, I have some notes here I'm probably going to read out to you. Now, Durham Region is east of Toronto in the Golden Horseshoe area of Ontario. It is a mix of rural and residential commercial land. Now, there's a few areas in Durham that you should consider. There's Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, Oshawa, Bowmanville, Curtis, and there's Brooklyn, and then there's Scugog. Closest thing to Toronto would be Pickering. Now, Pickering has had a lot of developments recently. They've been making a lot of noise. There's a new casino. There's the mall that they're redeveloping with the new condo towers going up, 55 acres. There's the GO train. There's the highway that's very close and accessible to the city. And also Pickering is one of the main regions that were originally here next to Oshawa. And I'm noticing a lot of the trends that are coming into the market is a lot of the people that have older homes living in the city, they're moving into Durham region because a lot of the homes here were built in the last 20 to 30 years. A lot bigger models. They're not building any more bungalow-sized model homes anymore. They're only building 2-story and some 3-story townhouses, right? So I really like the 2 and 3-story models. I had people that want to live in the 1-level bungalow, are usually older folks that don't want to climb up and down the stairs. But if you are okay with your needs, then I don't see a problem. There is one advantage to the bungalows is a lot of them, they come with a separate entrance basement or one can be put in. So that way it's a very, very opportunistic to maybe get some rental income where the rental market is so high right now. Now, a few more facts about Durham. Durham region is a great place to live, work, play, and explore. It is a destination of choice for many people and businesses, and growth helps to fuel economic success while creating a more diverse and vibrant community. It also puts pressure on the already stretched infrastructure and services, including roads and aging in-place population and healthcare. By 2051, the region's population is expected to hit 1.3 million. And between now and 2046, Durham region's population is projected to grow by almost 40%. That's faster than the Ontario average. I think they're downplaying this number. To be honest with you, the way the economy is going and the way the city is so crammed up and congested, it's so much traffic. If you were to drive downtown Toronto, I might go to downtown Toronto today, just go see a friend. But there's so much traffic involved in going to downtown Toronto that people rather just be in a city. Like if you're driving around Durham region, you'll see the roads are much cleaner. There's not as many potholes. You're going to be able to drive through and get to one place or another a lot quicker than you would in the city. And in terms of opportunity, right? If you think about the GTA in general, right? If you think about there's Scarborough, there's Toronto, there's North York, there's that East York, there's a core central downtown. That's like the prime Toronto, right? But outside of it, there's York region, Peel region, and there's Durham region. That's like the immediately outside. There's Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Stouffville, Aurora, Newmarket farther out. There's Kingston, Belleville, Newtonville, and then there's Caledon, Brampton, Bolton, Milton, and these areas. These are like a bit more outside of the GTA, if you know what I mean. If you can see on the map here that I put in. And most of the time when people are looking for places to live, they're going to be expecting to live as close to the city as possible. And the only reason I see people going farther and farther out is because their homes are cheaper. And some people just are tired of the city and they want to move out, right? And some people, they're new here, that they don't really know the ins and outs of the city, that they don't know whether it doesn't make a difference for them whether they live in the city or they live outside, because maybe they work from home, jobs. It doesn't really matter. The lifestyle is almost the same for them because they have their family and they're living together, and they just spend most of the time at home anyways. So my thoughts is, if you look at the other regions in terms of price point, Durham is actually quite underpriced. Now the property taxes are a little bit higher in Durham, but if you notice, like the value is there. I mean, you're paying maybe 5 to 10% more than what it would be in York Region or Peel Region in terms of property tax, but your land transfer tax is a lot cheaper. See, when you buy a property, if it's in the city of Toronto, you pay double tax. You pay HST and GST, but I believe if you just buy in Durham or anywhere outside of Toronto, you only pay one tax. And so there's an advantage there, but the property tax on a yearly basis is cheaper. You know, when you're higher up in the price point, so you're looking at $1 million home or $2 million home or $3 million home, the property tax a year it can be quite high. I've seen some properties that are like $2.5 million listed for that $20,000 property fee. Now, if you're buying a $2.5 million property, I'm sure $20,000 property fees is not that big of an issue, but if you compare it to what it's going for other in the city, there's other things to consider. The size of the home you get. You're probably going to get a bigger home. You're going to get more land. You're going to get more, maybe closer to your family. Maybe this works better for you, right? Maybe, I do think in terms of potential growth, population growth and diversity is consistently growing in Durham Region. I've actually came from Scarborough myself in Durham Region, noticing a lot of families go there. There are cheaper homes. It's a good city to live in. It's very close to Toronto. I go to Toronto all the time, even though I live here, and I work here as well. So if you're looking to buy or sell in this market in any time in the GTA, but especially in Durham, I'm here. I live in Pickering myself. So there's a lot of new developments. I like buying new homes. I like buying and flipping new homes. I love maybe living in a home for 5-10 years. And once it's 5-10 years old, then I pass it on, maybe try to get another 5-10 years old home. I would say, and my mentor says this all the time, never fall in love with the home. You can always buy yourself another one. Just focus on the money, right? And I absolutely agree with that. I see a lot of families that live here, and a lot of families, like new families, family people that are just getting married or thinking about starting a family. They're thinking of moving to Durham. And I think that it says here the education system in Durham Region is top notch with well-rated schools, invested teachers, and ample resources for academic growth. It's a place where your children can thrive. And that's absolutely true, because I noticed a lot of people that I grew up with that had education in Durham and they did very well as well. I went to UIT Tech, onto Oshawa Tech, which is a very technological school. It's very advanced, and I turned out all right. In terms of recreational activities, they have beautiful beaches, scenic trails, waterfront businesses, diverse shopping destinations. It's always something for everybody to enjoy. I like how it's very close to the water. Whether you're in Ajax, Whitby, or Oshawa, or even Pickering, there's accessibility to the water, and you can actually get in there and enjoy maybe a weekend with your family without having to drive to Toronto. And a lot of people that even live in Durham know about these destinations, because I didn't know about it until like 2 or 3 years later. But hopefully when you see this video, now that you know. There's the Tribute Community Center in Oshawa, which is a multi-purpose arena hosting everything from Ontario Hockey League games to concerts and events. For those who love learning and community engagement, the Whitby Public Library is a hub of knowledge and activities. It's not just a library, it's a place where everybody can go together. There's been a transformation going on in terms of restaurants, places to eat, the new amount of restaurants that are coming in. I mean, if you're a foodie and you love trying different foods or different culture of foods, there's so many different options coming in. Before, you'd have to maybe drive out to Toronto or Brampton or even certain spots that you'll have to maybe look at in terms of trying new food. But I don't think that you can get through enough different restaurants even within the Durham region. There's that much diversity available for you. And also, here's another fact: the provincial government has actually committed to building 1.5 million new homes by 2031, and more than 84,000 of those homes will be built in Durham. So probably close to around 5% of these homes, probably more, 7% of these homes will be built in Durham. Now, when you look at real estate, when you look at the GTA, I've grown up here all my life. I am telling you, it is a great place to even move to for a few years and maybe upgrade to a different city if you think you want to live closer to the city. But if you want to, like, for the price of a home in downtown Toronto, which is $2 million, you can get almost like 3 townhomes in Durham for that price. You know what I mean? And if you live close to the highway or you live close to the GO station, then in reality, it's like the value of your money will probably grow to be more diversified, more liquid. That's from a pure investment standpoint. If you're looking for your family to move into a place as a first-time home buyer or maybe switching cities, absolutely amazing. There's nothing wrong, low crime, everything is good. Stores are clean, the roads are clean, everything is good. if you're the person that just wants their own space, Durham is not congested like all the other cities, although there's a lot of people here and it's a small world, but it's not as congested as much as the other cities. And I would say it's a great place to live. I do focus in Durham myself, and as well as Scarborough, but Durham, I live in Durham. I live back and forth. I have a house in Durham, I have a house in other places as well, and sometimes I move around, but I'm sure most of the people who are watching this will be from Durham. I will be making a video on other cities as well, but I figured I started with Durham because I am more focused in Durham, and plus I do think there's an opportunity in Durham, which might not be the same as there was maybe 5, 6, 10 years ago when I first started looking into real estate, but the opportunity is still there, and it's most likely a lot better than other cities. For example, if you're looking at a townhome, I seen a townhome for sale today, a nice one right off of Salem in 401 for $750,000. There's townhomes in Vaughan listed for like 1.2, $1.3 million, like, and the interest rates are like 6-7%. Now, you rather live in Vaughan next to the people, maybe your community or something like that, but in terms of dollar for dollar value, it's a no-brainer for me. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to reach out to me, there's a link in my YouTube channel somewhere. Talk to you soon.